Y'all just gonna talk right through the intro, huh? Yeah, that's wild. Arrington, start the show, bro.
What's going on, family? Welcome to another great episode of In Your City here on WNSB Hot 91, the soul of VA. Look, I still hear the music. It's music. Oh, it's okay.
Do you think?
I'm about to say, you joining with your favorite crummy guy, Arrington Gavin. With me always is my family. I got comedian SyRok Foxx. All right, that's
he got the strong stuff in the middle of the table.
What's in that bottle, by the way?
Apple juice.
It looks like it.
It looked like something else, but
we also have Hustle Queen, Miss Michele Young. Shout out to our awesome producer, Miss Kam Godley.
Yo,
and look back with us, hey, Alvin. Hey, I was back, yeah. So good apple juice.
Yeah.
All right. So look, I gotta give my man SyRok his flowers, man. The Drugs Are Bad comedy and music tour, bro. It was dope. It was an awesome event, man. Had a great turnout. Shout out to all the performers, Miss Mariana, Charlie Ra, Z, Shorty Mike. Excuse me. Shorty on the mic. Fortress, man. Everybody, Cabana, man. It was Nicole Bunch. It was an awesome time.
Can we talk about another performer that performed on Saturday night?
Oh gosh.
Yes.
Mr. Renaissance Man himself. This man made a guest.
What did he do? Did he come to get the bag?
He came to get the bag.
Is that what he did?
He came to get the bag.
Man, Mr. R&B Eyes, baby. It's R&B Eyes himself now, man.
A little bit while I talk about it. Yo, shout out to Zachary Lee Hines and Fortresses, man. He wrote the beat. I mean, not wrote the beat, but he came up with the beat. And he came up with it years ago. And I was listening to his soundtrack. I just had to write something to it. And he allowed me to write that to it. And I ended up buying the rights to the song. So one day that I can just perform it. And that was one of the days I was just feeling myself. And we were like, you know what? Let's go ahead and do a little something for the people who stayed. Make it worth it.
It was
It was so good.
It was dope.
Last time I performed that song, the city of Virginia Beach paid like $4,000. So
I love that.
So we got a treat.
We got a treat.
Yeah. I gave y'all something for like $30. That's good.
It's more like my prices right there. More like it.
The cost of the ticket, about $30.
But no, man, I just had to give you your flowers though, because
You,
putting on an event here in the area, man, it's not easy at all. And
no,
I mean,
you and your wife saved my sanity because I was mad.
They literally were wiping down tables.
Yeah.
They were vacuuming. How sand got in the building, I don't know.
There's no
Somebody-
beaches. There's no beaches in Chesapeake.
I moved something out the way, and I see a pile of sand on the carpet.
Weird. Like, why is there sand?
And then I turn and I look in the back of the section where the less important people sit, and I see a table that got these two double seats facing each other, like,
Yeah.
And so Mrs. Gavin saw that, and she was like, "Oh, he's about to lose it."
Yeah. She sensed
And
it.
she was like,
She
"Look,
sensed it.
it can get done." And I wanted to cry.
But you know what though? I mean, like I said, babe, we a family. We whenever it looks like anybody needs a hand, man, that's just who we are. I know y'all have done the same thing for me with my events, man. So no, we were out there helping out. You know, shout out to the venue that didn't do. Can't say it, but you know, hey, I mean,
they didn't.
Well, if you listen previously, you know what the venue was. But
The show started at 7. The venue first employee came in at 6:50, talking about what's going on.
Like, you didn't post the flyer.
Yo, what's going on is wild.
So yeah,
It's wild.
I'm not welcome there. I'm just gonna take that as they don't want my business, and that's cool. But we still had a great time.
it was a dope time, man. So yeah, I had to give you your flowers. But look, let's get on with the show,
see
man.
You got your card ready.
I do.
He's
ready.
He
He was
grabbed
so
it like-
excited.
Nobody queued him up or nothing. He grabbed that
He does not need a cue for that.
So, what did Mario say when he broke up with Princess Peach? It's not to you, it's to me, Mario.
You late for laughing. Yeah, wait.
You like that? You like that, Alvin? You like that? It's not to me.
That was whack. No,
It wasn't
it's not to you,
It
it's to
wasn't
me.
even a pun. one. It was
It's not
just
the you. It's the
It's
me.
racist.
Mario.
It's a bad
It's
accent.
racist.
That is
terrible.
not okay, sir. Tarnish my name after I just gave you your flowers.
Stop
I
saying
take everything back. I hope Sans shows up to all your
No.
events.
No, it's Italian people everywhere right now that's banning our show.
I thought that was pretty good. Any
It
Mario
wasn't
fans
the
up?
best, but okay.
Yeah, that was a
We
bad
still
one.
love you.
All right.
I don't know after that one.
I like the one where he studied. He didn't study for that. He just
Yeah.
woke up and was like,
but why did he go with that one? Like it wasn't even good.
Because there's something in him.
Hey,
There's
hey,
just
guys.
something in his
Hey,
spirit.
I'm
Yeah.
still here, by the way. I'm still here. I haven't moved yet. I'm still here. All right. All right.
We'll analyze his bad
Yeah.
decisions when he-
For those who are listening, we're in the same room. I can stretch out and touch every single one of these people as they tarnish my name, as they just insult me. It's all good. It's all good. But look, I wanted to start the show conversation off, man. So Alfonso Ribeiro, star, everybody knows him as Carlton from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He came out publicly sharing to the world that playing that role, that was his most iconic role in his career, really tarnished his or ended his acting career because everybody wanted Carlton in all the
Cap.
products. You said
Go
what?
ahead, finish. But I was.
So he was saying that it ruined his career, it ruined his acting career because everybody wanted to see Carlton. So he ended up, doing other projects. He's currently hosting multiple shows, game shows, America's Funniest Home Video. He hosts a show on the Game Show Network. He also hosts Dancing with the Stars as well. It's funny because someone had asked, well, have you ever tried to, work with Tyler Perry, or even has Tyler Perry reached out to you? And he said he wants nothing to do with Tyler Perry. And having a lot of people saying, ooh, what's up there? What's up there? So two different things, but I'll start with the first one. What's your thoughts on him saying Carlton ruined his acting career? Because it's another actor, Jaleel White, who played Urkel. He said something similar. This was years ago, but as far as for Carlton, what's your thought process on that?
Okay, jumping right into it, and I know we got time on this issue, so I'm gonna try to go fast on this one. When it comes to you doing a role so good that no one can ever see you do a role outside of that, you have to do it a few more times than just in one series. He played Carlton on his hosting gigs. Like he was Carlton on the job that he wasn't supposed to be Carlton.
It was an authentic role.
It's a skill gap.
I'm
sorry, it is a skill gap.
I argue that that's him though.
Let me. So when you're acting, your job isn't to be you.
Yeah.
Now you might be able to relate to a certain role more than others, but it's a skill gap. He couldn't be anybody else but him or Carlton, however you want to see it. Jaleel White, same way. He played a role, and then he played that role again, and it became pretty popular. But he got out of that. He played other roles.
And on top of that, on Family Matters, he played what was when Steve Urkel changed into Stefan. So that was him being more.
So
he did.
What you're saying is accurate, and you don't even realize it because you're probably not old enough to remember the show he had before Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which was called Silver Spoons, in which he played the same type of character, just younger.
No.
Yes.
I gotta look up the Silver
So that's
Spoon.
why I
This is
said
my first time ever hearing about
Absolutely. The main character is named Rick Schroeder. It was a guy and his son. They were rich, and then I don't remember. And Alfonso Ribeiro was his son's best friend, and it was the same type of. That's just who he is as a person. So I think that's why he continues to be coveted for that type of role. Yeah.
What?
I'm with you. I'm with you on that one,
sir. Like Carlton, and then what movies or roles
but
can
you
put him in?
see him playing anything else?
But then in my case, though,
not the entertainment that I enjoy.
But my thing is, if you're an actor, I mean, then when you mentioned skill gap, like he has to prove to everybody, okay, I can play other. Now, if the opportunity is not,
I have the perfect example. We just brought him up, Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
We know what we see Tyler Perry as.
Yes.
Do you remember when Tyler Perry tried to play an action hero?
Yes.
One of them I liked. One of them did real good. Man, I wish it don't help my cause that I got bad memory on it. But it was
don't say it was Alex Cross, because Alex Cross was
because
that's what I'm talking about.
When he started snapping.
We couldn't see outside of Medea, and even the male roles he plays in the Medea films. We couldn't see outside of that. We couldn't take the movie seriously.
But in a sense, though, that's Tyler Perry's fault because all his movies he produces his own. Like he acts in his own, mostly his own movies.
I get it, but this was another movie where he was acting and you couldn't see.
So when he's playing the dad, you don't see him as the dad because I do. When Tyler Perry is playing the dad, no. Well, yeah, the Lord. But I meant the older guy when he's playing.
Oh, Joe, yeah.
You don't believe that's a Joe?
Which is still a comedic thing.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
But he's out of Medea. He's out of Medea. I don't picture.
He's out of Medea. He's out of Medea. He's out of Tyler Perry. But it's like, but I catch what Kam is saying too, though. When he's just Tyler Perry playing another film, it's no separation. It's no separation. Why did I get married? Alice Cross. It's still the same. It's still the same person. Same theme, just same person. I still think Carlton. I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like it's. I don't know. It's that personality. I'm not saying he's lying, but it's like
that character. You can only put that character in so many different entertainment roles.
Absolutely.
Before it gets corny. I don't like that character at all in anything.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna make no entertainment adjustments for that character just because he was famous on Family Matters.
Right.
I'm not gonna write a new person into my story.
And then after he finished Fresh Prince, because I know Alvin mentioned it, but he was in the house with LL Cool J. To me, same role.
Exactly. He is the B to the silly B to the A.
Now let's bring up somebody who we were typecasting until they fought out of that box. Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart was playing that corny, lame dude for so long that we almost started thinking that he was corny and lame.
Right.
Until he fought out of that box and got into action movies. Some were good, some were bad. Sad movies, some were good, some were bad.
True.
But we stopped thinking him as that lame, corny, short guy joke thing. You know what I mean?
So what did he do different?
I don't know.
But I think for Kevin,
you can't compare the two though, because
why not?
You can and we got to move on, but you can from the standpoint of the art, yes. But Kevin Hart was here. If you are watching. Alfonso Ribeiro never graduated to that level. He never got that push. He never was that
because Kevin Hart was a superstar already.
They were going to keep pushing
him to fight out of the box.
They're going to keep pushing him in our faces until we accepted whatever it was.
Damn, but you would think he would. I don't know. I feel like throughout that time period though, when the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was like at the top, you would think really everybody had some higher gigs once the show was over. You know what I mean?
And everybody did. Like there were some roles that the others took that were amazing. It's just that they fell short.
Right.
Will Smith didn't.
Yeah.
Will Smith didn't fall short. Unfortunately, I mean, that man made billions in the box office playing different types of roles.
Yeah.
In a sense, the girl that played Ashley had a better, I guess, acting career than Alfonso. Because I mean, she's on Abbott Elementary right now. Yeah. She's on.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I gotta catch up.
It's really good. I
love Tatiana. Bro. No. I'm on like season 2. But now I gotta catch up.
But I want to move on. We might can talk a little bit more about this in the pod, but definitely want to move on, man, because it's time for one of our favorite segments of the show. It's time for SyRok. Man, what you think?
Attention, please. It's time for.
It's time for SyRok. What you think?
Hey, what's up to the 7 cities? Now, this SyRok, what you think? I think, Michelle, you're going to really like this one. It's love languages. Oh, that's right. We're making love.
Shout out to Quinston Pugh.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, he had a song named Love Languages.
I thought that was a whole nother.
Nah. Y'all,
I was like, you
all are ridiculous and petty.
Anyway, let's include the audience.
That's a young man right there.
All right, so today's SyRok, what you think, man? What is brought to you by Tranquilo? Shout out to my man Tranquilo. Also, along with the full package, help produce The Drugs Are Bad show with it, which is in high demand on other venues. I'm just saying no, because
sir.
Beneath me, no shade. The question goes a little something like this: SyRok, what is your love language? Please don't let it be boring, like physical touch. Well, I got bad news for you. I'm sorry, but physical touch and words of affirmation are my two biggest love language. That's what I accept the most. If you are not touching me, you don't love me. And if you can't physically touch me or you're far away and you're not providing me words of affirmation every now and again, it ain't got to be every day. But you got to remind me that I'm needed, wanted, loved, and all that other stuff at least once in a while. Words of affirmation definitely help. So I'm in a long distance relationship as well as a relationship that, I'm living with my wife and my girlfriend lives in a different state. So words of affirmation is very important to the woman who I love that's in a completely different state. You know what I mean? She can't touch me every day, but that don't mean she don't love me. It just, physically we can't make that happen. Every now and again, it's a requirement to let me know, like, hey, you're doing a good job on loving me. You're doing a good job on loving yourself, your family, I need you. I want you to do. Those things feel good because I inform the people that's around me, hey, I need you. I ain't got no type of, what is it called? Pride, or I don't know what it's called when men be like, no, I don't need no woman. BS.
Gay?
I can't do it. I can't do it. Hold on. This is my man Zachary Lee Hines right now, y'all. We recording, so Zach, go ahead, stay on the line, bro. So
Zach, what's good, boss?
You.
So anyway, when it comes to love, man, I'm one of those people. You either gotta say it or show me, touch me or tell me something. But I'm not one of those people who you gonna leave in the dark. It's just not my swag. All right. Now there are people who are like Zach, where I hope he can hear this. I hope he's still online before he hang up. There's people like my man Zach who you gotta do some work. You can't just be like, oh, I love you, and be thinking that's suffice.
And that's it.
You around somebody like him, you gotta pick up a duster, a sword, you gotta pick up something, a hammer and nails, and help build the community, or your butt is gone. So that everybody is different. And I understand, it's
service.
Acts of service.
That's what it is.
My wife.
So my question would be, fellas, to y'all and to Michelle, what are y'all love languages, and what's a good second place? And then Zach, I'm gonna call you right back when I get off the air. I promise.
Michelle, where you ever?
Wait, I sat on this line.
Just for me to
hung up on
That's my love language today. Oh man, well, my first love language is actually quality time, which is interesting because I don't have a lot of time, free time. I have
That makes
multiple
perfect
businesses.
sense, though.
So wait a minute, you demand time for love language, and you don't have time to give, you monster.
It's a bit odd.
I gotta schedule it, but people that I'm with, if they don't schedule time where it's active quality time, not sitting together and taking a nap, like actually talking to me, engaging my mind, like you said, my second would be words of affirmation as well, just because when you hear a lot of negative stuff constantly in business, it helps to have a partner who is speaking lovingly and the opposite of what you're hearing from the outside world. And so, but quality time is definitely, whether it's like little weekend trips, even a night away, like I'm really big on that intentional, just you and I one-on-one, and making time, even though your schedule's busy or my schedule's busy, we love each other intentionally.
So because time is limited in your lifestyle, the way you live, time is also an ultimate reward because it's so valuable to you.
Yes.
Which makes sense.
Very astute breakdown.
Good sir.
I would say just words, because like Michelle, schedule's always all around the place, especially between like me and my wife, because she's busy with what she's doing, I'm busy with what I'm doing, and it's always hard to we always got to make sure we let each other know.
Words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation.
To receive or you give, like
to receive.
I think it's always received when you say love
language is always received.
Yeah.
So what would be the missus?
Hers is acts. So acts of service all day, every day. Acts of service, and definitely she's a cuddler. So and that's something I have to learn, because
you're not a cuddler?
No.
What?
Me
You
either.
look cuddly.
I would not have expected that.
You're not a cuddler? Sir, you're built for cuddles.
I feel you.
You are really
That's
bad.
why I want to cuddle, but
I don't mind cuddling. It's just sometimes it's like a long day, you're exhausted. Sometimes you just want to like be still, just be like, hey, look, you sit right there, man. We can
so
talk.
upset just now. I am working my hardest to get bodies like y'all. I want to get made for cuddles. You know, they be complaining that I'm poking them in the ribs. And y'all got the bodies I want, and y'all not cuddling?
I don't know. I've been slacking from the gym, so I'm really like, like a fluffy teddy bear right now.
Wasted on the fools. I'm telling you.
But no, my wife, she loves that. I'm just like, I'm like, can I just get 5 minutes? Just 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Yep,
5
I'll
minutes.
give like 5 minutes, and then I like ease my way out.
Exactly.
Do a long stretch.
No,
like,
Cam. Or be like, hey, it's hot. It's hot.
I'm gonna go turn the air on, come back on the other side of the couch.
I gotta
let me cool off a little bit.
I gotta torture myself to get a little belly.
And then
Just enough to get
then I'll be the wrong guy. I'll be like, oh, you cuddling? I guess that means it's time for something else. No, no.
Which is what most men, when the cuddle time, that's why a lot of times we let cuddle time. Y'all think we slick? We passive too. We're like, oh yeah, let's cuddle.
Well, not my wife. She just want to cuddle. She just want to cuddle.
Before I comment on that, because I don't like that at all. It's a lot of we gonna double back in the podcast. Cam, what's your Mr. Non-Cuddler? What's your
speak the exact same love language as Michelle speaks.
Time
first. Absolutely.
Look at
I'm not sitting next to you if I can't cuddle you. What the hell?
I don't want you to cuddle me.
I mean, I'm just I'm sorry, I'm salty right now. I'm taking it really personal. It's your story. Let me fall back.
Don't worry, SyRok. If you need somebody to cuddle, man, hey, you know.
Yeah,
so time.
Because time could be home, time could be out and about, time could be at the beach just chilling, like time could be anywhere. But to Michelle's point, like all of us, we lead very busy lives.
True.
So our time is currency at this point. So like if I'm spending this time with you and all time. So yeah.
All variations.
Listen. And if my ladies are listening,
upset.
I don't want no space. I do not.
We saw it at the.
We know.
I don't want to breathe. Give me your CO2. Like anything that's one way.
Yo, Sean and LaPrey was sitting right next to each other all night, and SyRok wedged himself in after every time he was on stage.
That spot is so warm and comfy.
He did one of them slid right through it like.
I'm telling you.
That's exactly what he did.
That feeling, the only thing that's missing is a placenta, and you are in the womb.
Alrighty then.
Okay.
See, that's what we get for giving him too much time. I think it's about that time.
Listen, going back to my man, look, whatever your love language is, man, the best thing that you can do about it is communicate it. As long as it's not a secret to anybody who you are prospecting on, courting or doing the do. As long as you communicate it and they can match that what you're requesting, then you're perfectly fine. The only time that it'd be a issue is that you surprise somebody with your love language. If you're somebody who like me and don't like space and need to be cuddled and someone who you want somebody to be clingy with, then you got to communicate that with, because if they don't know, then they won't give it to you. And now you salty and hold them in resentment, and blah, blah, blah. Now you cheating on them with a girl named Helga.
Oh,
so
not Helga.
This is very specific.
Helga.
Yeah.
Wow.
We might have some Helgas that listen to the show, but it's okay.
It's this massage parlor on. Never mind.
All right.
What I'm trying to say is communicate, and your love language won't be a problem. Let's go.
Good stuff, sir. Good stuff as always. Thank you, Mr. SyRok Foxx. It's time for Miss Michelle. It's time for Michelle's Corner.
Michelle's Corner.
Wow. Thank you for that lovely dance,
You're welcome.
Arrington. It was close to the Carlton dance. It was close to it.
Arrington definitely
Can we
is
wait
what
it?
It was very close.
Team Carlton all day.
Oh, what's going on, 757? So my topic is not going to be, it's going to be a little bit on the serious note today. So I was working out with my trainer this week, and, you know, he was kind of telling a story about, you know, one of his clients who kind of is in a mess in their personal life and using it as an excuse to basically limit them from everything that they want to do, you know, in the future. And he was just, you know, talking, and he was like, I'm so frustrated and I don't understand. He's like, make your mess your message. That's literally what he said. And I was like, I stopped in the middle of my training and I just looked at him and I was like, say that again. And he said, make your mess your message. And I said, I got to talk about that. this weekend, because I don't think there's anybody in the world who has not had a phase of your life where you look around, you look in the mirror at yourself and you look around yourself and you're like, my life is a bit of a mess right now, whether it's as a teenager in your early 20s. I know for me, it was kind of a time span from 20s to 30s where it was like a perpetual mess that it was kind of self-created, but also created from allowing, the wrong people into my life that kind of kept me in my mess. So one of the things I wanted to talk about is some of the ways that you can get yourself out of a mess in your life or a messy phase of your life. And so one of those things, which is to me the most important, would be accountability, which is kind of two-sided. Like first of all, you have to take accountability for the fact that you're in a mess and it's your fault. Like we can sit here and we can say, well,
can we describe I don't mean to mess up your flow, but can we describe the type of mess? Like, are we
self-destructive?
Okay. I'm on the right track.
I was lost a little bit. Being self-destructive, either with addictions and habits. Sometimes it's financial. Sometimes it's relationships. Yep. Sometimes it's career. If you know you want to do certain things in your career, but you're purposely not even attempting to even move in that direction, those are kind of ways that your life is a mess. And a lot of people are in a mess. They're like, nothing's going right. I don't even know why I'm trying. Like, it's always going to go wrong. Like, just that attitude. So the accountability aspect is at least admitting to yourself, this is a mess I created for multiple reasons, and actually taking accountability for the fact that I did this. I can't blame nobody else. It's my fault. I allowed it and I've created it, and I'm the only one who can get myself out of it, which goes along with setting a clear plan to set boundaries for yourself as well as other people so that you don't continuously stay in that pattern, and having outside support, which to me is the most important. So my question to you all, when you have outside support, the most important is the outside support who doesn't want to keep you. For example, if you're a partier and you're a drinker and you know that means you spend all your money and you do reckless stuff, obviously have an outside support who's not calling you every Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Hey, let's go out again. Let's go out to the club. Well, you're boring. You don't want to hang out anymore. Having an outside support system who actually knows exactly what your goals are and where you're going and how to hold you accountable to that and being receptive to that. So my question to you guys is there a person in your life? Is it your spouse, your both your relationships? Who is a person in your life that kind of holds you accountable to your goals to keep you out of your mess?
You gotta go first, because
I would say my family, but I will be specific. My wife and my mother, because they're my biggest critics, but they're also my biggest supporters too. So I know, as far as if I have a lot of, because I have my moments where I'm just like always like beating myself up, right? And who's the first person I'll talk to? Talk to my wife.
Yeah.
Who's the second person I'll hit up? Hit my mom, because she, it's a family business that we all kind of work together. So I would say those are the two. And sometimes they don't even like realize like they're kind of like keeping me, forward. And then it's just they're just, those are my two main people. I have close friends that are always supportive regardless. I mean, friends that I've known since college and stuff. And then in a weird way, the ones that are continue to do the wrong thing are kind of like my also they help motivate me, because I'm like, all right, I don't want to do that. I want to do the opposite. So it's sad because they sometimes are in the wrong path, and I try to like always hit them up and check up on things like that. But my mission in life is always to change the narrative. So in order to keep that mission going, I always have to keep forward and never do anything that would tarnish that path in a sense. So
yeah, that makes sense.
So I have a extremely toxic trait to suffer in silence. So when something is going wrong or terribly like south for me, you might hear me mention it so you can understand like why I'm late or why I can't make something or why I can't do an event. But I don't talk about like the severity of it at all, because I don't want to get help where it's undeserved, or I don't know what gonna be going through my head when I try to suffer in silence. But what the ladies do for me is they see me and they be like, hey, You got to take it easy on yourself.
Yeah.
I'm working on it. So I don't really have I'm not too transparent when things go bad. Cause I mean it's life. I'm like, life always go bad. I experienced the worst of life. So when these little things go bad in business, it don't seem as bad as what was happening like in Afghanistan. So I don't be feeling like I have a reason to complain. And I get this sounds crazy, especially for me, Mr. Communicate. Yeah. But I don't know, man. I just don't have a good solid answer for it because I'm still working on sharing those issues with other people.
So
for
is
real,
there
for
a
real.
person where you consider?
Oh, I'm sorry. I took too long to answer.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Well, actually, we're gonna extend this to the podcast because we run out a little short on time, y'all. But be sure to tune into our show every Sundays here on WNSB at noon. WNSB Hot 91.1 FM, the Soul of Vieta in your city. Look, we'll be back next Sunday.
Oh, wait, we got time. I'll make sure we have time for this. So when you want to, just go ahead and catch the full show unbroken. We can do it on YouTube. All you gotta do is type in your city. And we'll make sure that the SEO and the Google and everything account will direct you in the right direction. So type in your city on YouTube, and you'll be able to start catching the full clips on one solid platform and divided into separate segments. Because we're upgrading. So
Yep. All right, we in the podcast mode. Bye bye.
All right, where we broke off at? Where
So
you saying?
I was about to ask you: is there a person in your life though that you would go to for accountability? Because I feel like you're a person who is very much like serious about your growth in life and for constantly wanting to improve yourself because you talk about it a lot. Is there a person that that you can reach out to? For example, Kam is actually my person, which is so interesting. Like I know
Kam is
when I
definitely
call
not my
Kam
person,
to talk about something, I already know Kam is going to be like, no, that's not what we're doing. But there's a part of me that still I need to hear him say that to me and to give me the logical reasons why I should not be doing that, whether it's personal, business, or whatever. Like I know when I call Kam, he's going to be so straightforward and I'm probably going to get irritated, which I do sometimes. I'll be like continuing to try to argue, even though at the end of the day, I already know that that's what I have to do or I shouldn't do. And so he's a person that is like really, it's a healthy accountability though. Is there a person that you would have in your life that you consider on
as
that
an individual, like a broad spectrum on everything, like I'm messing up and I need to call this person? No.
Same.
But I do make sure that while I'm holding myself accountable, whoever it affects, I am transparent with them. Like a perfect example, let's use real world the printing company that's doing my bands and my cups and shirts and stuff. There was this huge incident that caused the delay. And I know how it makes me look. It makes me look untrustworthy. If people who pre-ordered are upset, like it makes me look bad. And I should have came up with a backup plan or did somebody local where I can just come up to the building and be like, hey, what's going on? But I did someone in China trying to save some ducks. And now I got to deal with somebody in this language barrier on what's going on. So there's no one to call because I know what I did wrong. But there is people who I need to communicate with, like you, like Tranquilo, like the funeral homes back home who helped me sponsor work. I had to communicate to them like, this is what happened. I am a little embarrassed. I got a little egg on my face. This is what I'm doing to fix it. But accountability as a whole, it's me. Because I picture Kam telling me something. I know, love, and respect Kam enough to already know what he's gonna say. I don't need to call him.
Yeah, but Michelle gonna argue it. That's the difference. You're gonna take my inside voice and just fly with it.
I'm with Michelle. I'm with Michelle though.
Michelle is gonna reason outside of what she wants to finesse herself.
I'm like Michelle, and that's why I said like my mom and my wife are my biggest critics because really I don't go to them for the advice. Sometimes I might vent in. I'm like vent in front of them, and I accept it. But like what you're saying, SyRok, is how you keep your stuff basically quiet into yourself. I think that's I was about to say I think it's a God thing because I was about to say I do that.
I do the same thing.
Yeah,
like I have people
it's
that
definitely
I'll
a God
bounce
thing.
ideas off of, or like whatever the case may be. If I feel like I'm like I don't really know what direction to go in, I have a select few that I'll call and be like, "Yo, what do you think about this?" Blah blah blah. And it's usually people that have progressed in the direction that I'm looking to progress.
Absolutely,
in.
I see that.
You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I I thug it out, man.
Yeah, I didn't grow up with a lot of OGs. Like I didn't
Yeah.
grow up with a lot of people to instruct me on the right and wrong way to do things.
Mhm.
It was just me bumping my. I said this before. Just me bumping my head and finding out like, oop, don't
that
do
didn't
that.
work. Yeah,
That didn't work. You know what I mean? And
that's
just
a good
walked out
thing.
with less scars than most.
Yeah.
Look, that's a
Yeah.
good thing because I've heard it many times. In order to be successful, you got to have your fails. Like
Yeah.
Denzel
Oh, for
said,
sure.
you fall 7 times, get up 8. So it's like you have to have those moments in order to succeed and continue to build up.
Yeah.
But I'm with y'all. I really, it's easier to keep it to yourself because for one, it's like I want to be bothered in a sense because it's like if I know I'm going through it, and especially if they give me something I don't want to hear. Shit. Oh, that's the worst. Oh, that's the worst.
Getting advice from someone
that's the worst.
who isn't going, hasn't been, or isn't even trying to do what you're doing is the most annoying
Let me
thing.
add something. Unsolicited advice.
Yeah.
You know how many times I have people come to the full package and be
Oh
like,
my God.
yo, y'all should do this, this, and that. I'm like, all right, relax.
Look, it was the worst. It was the worst part of like starting Rugged was going to vending shows, trying to gain a audience or get more exposure, for the business, and everybody is already saying like, I think you should do this. You should maybe do a different color. You should do this.
To add strokes to a painting after the painting is done.
Of course.
And
Why don't you have a bird over that
That's
tree?
right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Parrot,
easy.
I would have done an eagle.
It's so easy
Of
to
course.
put those
It's
strokes
so-
in
it's
after
so
the
annoying.
masterpiece is in your
Or the
face.
worst thing I get will be like, oh man, you've heard of Scotch Porter? You've heard, they would say other beer care companies if I heard. I'm like,
What doesn't? Yo, I would be so pissed.
I get
bro.
it, and
I'd be
it's
so
not
pissed.
ongoing, but it'll be like a few hit or miss people. Most people will be like, oh man, this is awesome, this is so cool, and this and the other. But like it's like full package, like you watch American Idol, The Voice, right? Yeah. All right.
Yeah, what y'all should do?
Well, there's a lot of people who
Shut
did
the
that.
fuck up.
I can't say it. Everybody got an
Shut
opinion.
the fuck
Everybody
up.
got an opinion.
And to be honest,
Everybody
I know-
professional.
I know. I told you, Cam. I caught quite an earful from somebody who, somebody's close to the full package in one aspect about all the things that we did wrong, how we could have handled these things differently. And of course, my initial reaction, which people don't know me from 2, 3, 4 years ago, I was very temperamental in business, like very temperamental. And, I promised myself I would work on that and try to.
You extremely
really-
patient because
I am now, but I haven't
Facts.
always been. And so now I try to listen to people. And Cam, actually, you said something to me like towards the end of the season. You said, you can call me when you have these decisions that need to be made, instead of, because I made, a decision. It was a horrible decision. And I made it because I was rushing in the morning, get ready to go to the show. There was so much stress going on. I couldn't get a hold of Nina, and I just made the decision. And then it ended up turning into a disaster initially. And so after that, I was like, I need to get better at not taking all the burden. And that's where the point that I wanted to make out of this, a lot of times we do try to keep things to ourselves. We self-improve, we set our boundaries. We want to do all these things in business and personally to improve ourselves, but we need each other. We need the accountability. And as much as I don't always like what Cam has to say, which that happens.
I don't.
Neither do I.
I don't never like what he has to
that
say.
happens a lot.
The perfect producer.
Like he be
Gotta be the
checking
bad
me.
guy, and I
Like,
realized that.
he be checking me, but I also know that everything he says to me is because he knows me for a long time. He knows who I am. He knows I'm too nice. He knows that sometimes I'm like I can be a bit of a pushover, and sometimes being the nice hippie is not going to get this project where it needs to go.
Like
And-
allowing people who were fired to come to the meeting.
That's right.
We ain't gotta air that part, but it definitely came through my head.
Yeah.
You don't got a job here, sir.
Yeah.
Why are you adding input?
Exactly.
No, we're gonna leave that in. We're gonna leave that in.
And SyRok was sitting over there like this. This is was interesting.
I will say though, it was one moment like during the recording, we were all in the back, and I don't know if it was somebody like in VIP that came as a guest, and they were just saying, "Yeah, such and such, we haven't took our order yet," or something like that, and he was coming to you, and it was so funny because when he closed the door, Michelle's like, "Do I look like the bartender, the waitress?"
Yeah, any of those things.
I was like,
Any of
okay,
those
no
things.
problem.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm a bartender.
let somebody get the hell out.
Oh, that
Yeah.
thing was so
Yeah.
funny.
It's wild. It's wild.
But yeah, that's just I think it's important to grow to have these people, but I honestly think that it's so limited. Like 1 or 2 people in your life that have
I can't have like 10 people because then I'll just be like, I'm mad at the world. I got you got to keep it like very
you have
close.
the couple people. Everybody else is grain of salted. Like they may every now and then have something that could potentially contribute to what it is that you're trying to do, but you can't take everything everybody says. And try
I think it's also to remind yourself when you are that grain of salt. I think it's important to know when your opinion in a certain situation is more negative, even if it has
that goes in accountability.
I have never given this man any advice on rugged. Not one fucking thing.
Same.
Not one. The only time he might hear me say something is about him doing one of his banquets. So I'm like, hey, let me do something.
And mine will be like, hey, for socials or for websites.
Yeah, you guys
along
you're
those lines.
experts in those
as
lanes,
far as the product or anything like that.
I've never. What the fuck would I tell him? Hey, I don't like that mint smell, bro. What? As opposed to
smell like feet to me, but if I were you,
no, I would never.
Fact.
All I could do is take a picture, post it on my story. Hey, anybody got bigs?
Yeah.
Like that's it. I would never. And that's also why I never added no real input to how the full package should go. I know what my lane and job was hired. She didn't hire me to be creative director.
I don't agree with that though.
But she didn't hire me to do it.
But you've been a part of that world.
You created.
You've been a part of the entertainment world.
True.
We welcome opinions of people that have been. Like, we don't want to fall on our faces whenever we can progress and get bigger, we want to go in that direction. So if you've been in the entertainment world, like, you can lend advice without being in a position of being in
that position.
Yeah.
When the position that Nina and Michelle hired me for, I'm the guy who, if they decide to go left or right, it don't matter for me. I have to make it work.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't really left or right isn't a problem. Now, if it was backwards, then you might hear me voice my opinion. But whether Michelle decides to be like, yeah, we want to do it at this time, or we want to do it at this time, my job ain't to be like, no, this time works better. No,
I don't mean like I don't mean stuff like that. I just mean stuff like the overall package of what the show is. Like if we decided to, let's say, do fake shit and manufacture beef and stuff like that. Now, I'm not saying we could do that, but I would expect for you to step up.
I would just left.
Or that. but I would expect for you to step up and be like, that's not genuine. And obviously, it would never come to that, but I'm just using that as an example of like, we all are building this thing as a conglomerate. You know what I'm saying?
That's how I view it too. Yeah. Like, and when we did bring you on, of course, in my mind, you're going to create your own beautiful project out of it by doing it how you want to do. That's why we really didn't put there was not a lot of like
direction
boundaries.
Oh yeah, when Nina said throw out the script, I said, oh, this about to be a hell of a show.
I was worried about
you ain't got to read for that. It's getting too confusing.
Yeah.
I said,
I hated the fact I hate scripting in situations like this. Just especially with you. You're an MC.
Yeah.
Nina's an MC. You two could figure it out.
On your toes constantly, but you guys created, honestly, one of the most amazing parts of the entire show.
That's all getting cut out. That's all getting.
I'm just saying.
Damn.
But that only comes.
What a way for you to find out, right?
So I'm just in contested number.
Pretty much.
It gave the show a personality, but
Absolutely.
I think that can only happen when you give people that creative freedom to be themselves and to do, just like with the interviewing and the production, the trailer, like that was you and Zeke did
Killed
that.
it.
Like give
Smashed
people creative freedom to, be amazing at what they do and what they love.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
know?
Now, and for some reason, every time I hear Zeke's name, I just picture that bead of sweat that's coming from his curl.
Look.
I
Why
know.
do I have that curl sweat coming?
You should come to my house. You should come to my house. You should come to my house.
Come over to
Yeah.
my house.
I need to work on that transparency thing when it comes to. I didn't realize. Matter of fact, last recording you talked about how I talk about a lot of the positive situations, but I rarely ever talk about the negative. I didn't really like
because it's not your duty to. You don't have to. But as
But
far
I
as
also
what
don't
people
want to paint a false narrative, like everything all.
Yeah.
Because people gonna pay more attention to the negative than the positive stuff
I
you
feel
speak
like
on.
you
'Cause
do. I feel like you joke about it. I feel like you used your comedy to talk about things that are bad that are happening. For example,
so
even
it make
full
the negative
package.
things sound less
Well,
negative.
we had the worst episode. It was freezing cold. Everything was going wrong.
Woo!
It was a seriously, really, honestly, a horrible scenario that we all were dealing with. But you made it funny.
right.
Yeah. Well,
You gotta
the
make
way
it
my
funny.
nipples was that day. You couldn't help it.
They're
laugh.
like knives.
Everybody nipples was on 10. I was so
Yes.
uncomfortable.
It was a rough.
No matter where you looked or who you looked at, it was titties.
There was mad breath fumes in the
Oh
building.
my God. It was.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Oh, but you gotta have those, like, those are memories, man. You gotta have those funny stories. Like, hey, remember that time when they ain't had no
Buko
heat?
didn't pay for the heat.
We lost heat and the back green room all in the
Oh,
same
pretty
day.
much, pretty much.
That was the
All in the
meanest
same
I
day.
was through the entire process. That was the meanest I have ever been in a business scenario, and I was like,
Yo, Michelle was yelling at someone that had the broom. I was like, he can't do nothing. She was like, no, he's one of the owners too. I was like, all right, I'm gonna just let Michelle do her thing.
I'm sure no one was like keeping track. No one was keeping track of like backstage interactions. But that show was the least amount of
Michelle
time
just started yelling at everybody.
I didn't see her or talk to Michelle that many. Now we talked a lot during recording.
Yeah.
That episode.
Nah.
When Michelle gets mad,
We
it's
were
low key.
not
It's
talking.
hilarious. It's very funny when Michelle
I
gets
had
mad.
I had to shut myself in my car for 10 minutes and like calm myself down because I was going off.
Yeah.
That's
All
how when
the
them two
owners
Rightfully
was
chicks,
so, though.
them two chicks
Rightfully
was
so.
raising hell back there
I
too.
smoked.
That was enough. You
I
said
smoked throughout the
See,
whole
if I would
thing.
have done that, I probably would have felt better. But
You would've.
I was afraid. I was
Man.
afraid to do it.
Well, I had a good second high because
There
I was definitely.
so much
I know, I
weed.
get too loose. And I'd be like, we don't care. we can be here all night.
Yeah.
Who's ready for
Y'all
Michelle's
thought it was
corner?
my breath, the cold breath coming from my mouth when we started recording. No, that was me
Smoke
exhaling.
residual.
Oh man,
let's
that's
do
funny. That's funny.
let's do your shits and giggles on a few topics. You got
Oh, actually,
Or was it
Trump.
actually,
I thought you
no.
want to talk about Trump. That's a giggle.
Oh,
Trump is a good
that was
Well,
yeah.
Can
Yeah.
someone can you throw a soda or something at me to I need something, a can, anything that he got canned.
Yeah,
back
what?
there.
Yeah,
What did he got?
that's ginger ale back there.
That is Coca-Cola, that'll do it. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna actually get some of that.
I'm trying to mess
Coca-Cola,
with
too.
that peach Coke that they got. Peach
Peach
Pepsi.
Coke?
Did you
Thank you,
try
sir.
it?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Not yet.
All right.
I'm gonna get it though. I'm gonna get it.
Trump found guilty.
Convict,
138 counts.
first ever convicted former sitting president, 34 counts. Locked up, they won't let me.
Let me tell you something. If I get charged with one felony,
Your ass is under the jail.
gone.
Can't
How is this man even, dude? 30-something counts,
Yeah.
all guilty.
I
and he
can't-
just hunky dory.
I can't
I don't
be a
get it.
greeter at Walmart.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, there's
With a
limits
felony.
too high in my cleaning business. With
It's
felonies, there's limits.
it's just crazy because like we do same for like for my trucks, like they have to do like background checks, drug screening, all that stuff. And yeah, one small count, no,
Yeah.
you can't do it. Can't
Could
do
be
it.
president apparently. So
Hey, it's a first, but you know what though? I think America need to see it because it's like, okay, someone who obviously was very powerful thought he was untouchable, and it's showing that he's not
But see,
untouchable.
I feel like anyone with common sense, which I know we have that saying that common sense isn't so common, but let's face it, there are more people out there like us than
Yeah.
anything.
Mhm.
And anyone with common sense can look at both parties and say, well, Democrats did something wrong here.
Mhm, mhm.
Republicans did something wrong here. Democrats did something good here. Republicans did something good here. You can use your common sense. It's just those loud ass minorities that's getting together and making it seem like, you know what I mean?
They honestly, I mean, they both really be pissing me off. I'm a registered independent, so like I stay in the middle. I never like
Biden
pick a
pisses me
side.
off every time he walk.
And fall asleep.
Y'all, I'm telling you, they need to have like you know them what's those stick figures that hold the strings? It's like puppets. Yeah, I feel like somebody need to have some string just in case if he's teething. Pull it real quick because he doesn't help. He doesn't help.
I was watching it, so they were asking Biden about Trump's felony thing, and if he had anything to do with it. And the way he turned around full body, so it was insane. This is a normal person. Call my name.
Yo, SyRok, what do you think about the?
Hey, yeah, what's up? This is what Biden did.
Hey, Biden, what do you think about? Over here. All right, and place.
Like, yo, it made me so mad. Like, I don't want nobody running my country.
Everything hurts.
Their spine is
that aren't spry enough to just turn around.
But you know what though, like the important thing is though, and I hope like you know people that are avid listeners and viewers of this show. I mean, it is important to vote, right? You have to like one thing. At least I'll speak for Chesapeake. There is a low voting turnout. I mean, amongst young people, amongst people of color. Hell yeah. It's sad because I mean they're in a lot of like the more minority neighborhoods, but also too it's something with the city doesn't provide a lot of access and help for them. But
I held Chesapeake as far as compared to the other 757. I held them in high regards when it came to.
We definitely have a lot of work to do. I mean, a lot of work, but it's just again, Virginia Beach might be the best one because I'm gonna just say Virginia Beach might have like over 270,000 people that live in the city, right? So they might have like an average of like 80 to 100,000, which is still low, but hey, that's decent. Man, Chesapeake is like 34, 38.
Wow.
And we're the second largest population wise in the state of Virginia. It's just it's sad, but it's just politicians don't help the fact either, because it's like a lot of people say a lot of made promises being made, a lot of public figures getting in trouble with the law,
but the ones
helping
who
themselves
keep it a buck don't go far. The ones who keep it like legitimately real,
because they don't provide them a platform. I don't think they don't want to shine a light on the people that are doing good. The bad guy always gets.
But keeping it real only is attractive to a small minority. You got to realize that also.
Yeah. I'm not saying keeping it real, like keeping it real.
No. I know what you're saying. Telling the truth.
Yeah.
Being honest. Yeah. That don't really fly with people.
Controversy sells.
The general minority wants to be told what they want to hear, which is why this party thing works and stuff like that.
I feel like independent candidates getting elected would be. It would be the ultimate. It would be
because they were literally saying, "Hey, look, can we all like actually work together?" And like for the greater
head of the state with Chris Rock.
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about right now. It would never happen, but that's basically what you're saying right now.
That seems like an extreme case. There got to be somebody. There got to be somebody better. You know what? I'm low key curious. How bad or how good would it have been if old boy Sanders? What if Sanders won? Would we be in a bad place?
No,
a lot of young people like Sanders too.
Like, why all of our like top ranked presidential candidates like 80 and north?
90.
Like,
I know.
That's insane.
Former stroke victims and heart attack victims and stuff.
Look.
I know, right? 34
or a felon. Everybody over the age of 80 or a felon.
Or in that case, both.
Like, it definitely needs to be some term limits, though. It definitely needs to see some term limits because the young.
We're talking about age limits. What's the Supreme Court? Who is it? Either the Supreme Court or one of the legislative branches?
Supreme Court. They're there until they die.
Dumb people so old, and I'm like, how?
Wow.
How are they connected enough to what's going on in current society?
They can't be.
And they making laws, bruh.
They running the country. They running it.
Can't even turn on their phone. They still got the flip phones. They still got the flip.
Use their phone like this.
They gotta have somebody read them the documents that's in front of them. Yeah. I'm not ageist. Like, I'm not a person who preaches ageism, but I just feel like you shouldn't be making modern laws and you have no
Yeah.
critical thinking.
I might be slightly
may be
ageist.
ageist.
I might be
Yeah,
slightly ageist because personally,
I'm trying to say safe.
shit, fuck that, fuck that.
No, real is real.
No, because
Real is
I
real.
told one of my friends who, because y'all know, I'm friends with a lot of like local, state, and federal politicians out, at least out in the Virginia area.
We know
But
who in your
but
pockets.
yeah. If you haven't known, I worked with Madonna, Rihanna. No, I'm joking.
Rihanna, rehab.
But no, I told her, I'm like, me personally, when 70 to 72 hits, I really think that's even if their mind is fresh, if they're great, all that, I think it still needs.
I don't think they should be pushed out, but I think
Well, at
I
least
think
be in a mentoring role.
but
Be in a mentoring role where they
can
start.
keep their position, but I think the same thing with driving. After you get to a certain age, there
Recertify.
should be a test every
Recertify.
year.
Tell me
Every
why I
year.
got
Rather
rested
than
soul.
the
My
vision test.
Tell me why I got rested soul. My great uncle, when we moved him from Hempstead to Virginia, Chesapeake, and he had dementia, or Alzheimer's, right? Somehow he got his license renewed, and I'm like,
How?
Because you don't have to test.
I'm like,
You don't test. You
take the
you
test.
pay
Take
to
the
get
test.
it renewed. You don't.
How they
Test
pass the
me.
Meanwhile,
vision
you got
test?
people like me who ain't had a license since the 90s.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah,
I did not know that. Did not know that.
Did he just so snitch? Like,
It's cheaper. Let me hear you guys. I get pulled over, I get a ticket, or I gotta go to court. The fines are way cheaper than just renewing it.
Oh my God.
You see what these 34 counts done did to people now? They like, shit, I might as well let you know.
Hear me out. I'm
Loopholes.
thinking because by the time somebody put me on, I'm sure I'll be legal. But
Oh my God.
my mindset was because there was a point in my life when I was switching from the Marine Corps to a comedian, from money every 1st and the 15th to nothing.
When that shit come in.
Living in California. Listen, I ain't afford no insurance, no nothing. I can afford this gas in this car that gives me the right to move. At the time, that's what I was thinking. And if I ever did get pulled over, the penalties for it are way cheaper when you add them up versus the other stuff.
That makes sense.
So
That's
I
great.
was
there's a little logic.
That's like the girl that told me once that when her printer runs out of ink, she don't buy new cartridges, she buys new printers.
Yeah. My toll, by the time the states catch up with me on my toll bill, I got a whole new car.
Oh my God.
What you go?
Speaking of driver's license,
Because you could get a printer for like $40. The ink, if you have a color printer, if you have a color
like
joint, the
$60
black and the white, in the color
Man.
is like 40, 50
Can I
bucks.
look? I was quick story. I had a part-time job at Costco when I was fresh out of college. In the first week, somebody was stealing ink cartridges from Costco's. It was a lady, and then the funny thing is, apparently it was like one guy who I thought was just an employee. He was like undercover security, but he was like the worst security guard ever. Like no security at all. All you see is him tussling with this lady, top falling out. All you see is titties out and everything, and she's like, I'm like, damn, what is she stealing? Ink cartridges.
Why
Ink cartridges?
I love a loose titty. Like
same.
A titty that's unexpected.
When girls used to fight on the playground, we would all huddle around and just wait for one of them bitches.
Because you know a titty
out.
popping out.
For sure.
Yeah, loose titty is just something exciting to see. I don't want to see both.
I mean, if it's a big one, though, I don't want to see them.
You just want to see one, like
one individual.
Yeah,
that's the best.
SyRok is nasty.
Oh, hear me out.
No, he's on to something. He's on to something.
Because one to me signifies that it's not supposed to be there, but it's there. Both is like
My
almost
first
intentional.
loose titty I saw was in church. It was
my God.
It was an usher. She got way too excited for the Lord.
Ooh, got one of them old like 1960s
42H.
Bro.
42H.
Said,
some of the biggest areolas you ever seen
I want the world
in
to
history.
know.
There's no way. I don't think there's a soul alive who had bigger areolas than this woman did.
There's nothing like a nice areola.
And that areola went straight to Jesus. Just the one.
Jumping up.
I wish we had some church music album. You got to.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Back to the driver's license thing. Did y'all see the video of the judge who video called?
That was crazy.
Driving, and he was like, "Sir, why would you do that?"
Common sense, people.
Like,
Common
so
sense.
you're in a hearing for not having a driver's license.
Made my day.
He's
Made
like,
my
I'm
day.
gonna get parked. Hold on, I'm parking. Like,
It still didn't register to him. It didn't even register to the prosecutor.
No.
Like no one involved but the judge.
The judge is like
saw the issue.
But the guy's reaction at the end, he was like, "Oh my
God. The
He
judge
said-
was like, "Excuse me, prosecutor. So he's getting tried for driving without a license, correct?" And the prosecutor was like, "Huh? Oh,
Suspended license.
The prosecutor's like, "Yes, sir. It's on docket. Da. This is what happened." And the judge is like, "No,
Hold on, I got y'all.
he's driving now."
He just drove and parked on the video." This shit is
You got
so
it
funny.
tuned up.
Yes, sir.
Uh-oh.
Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually. So just give me 1 second. I'm parking right now.
So maybe I don't understand something. This is a driving while license suspended,
That is correct, Your Honor.
and he was just driving, and
No, but his face though.
Yeah.
he didn't have a license.
His face.
Oh,
Is with the charges, Your Honor, yes.
This is charges
No,
on it,
I'm
yes.
looking at his
Yes.
record. He doesn't have a license.
Oh my
He's suspended, and he's just driving.
That is correct, Your Honor.
He's like, what else do you want me to say?
Mr. Harris, are you driving?
actually, I'm pulling into my
Okay.
doctor's office, actually.
At the end,
He
though, the
told
guy's
him-
like, "Oh my
Yeah, he
God."
told him go ahead and report into the jail.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
Yeah.
At a certain time, Dude was like, "Oh."
Oh my God.
Bro, why do people do stupid stuff like that? And just
That
like,
is-
and think it's like, oh, I'm good. Let me just do this appointment real quick.
Yeah.
I can multitask. I can make it all happen.
But he
Of
could have
course.
done. He could have not turned the camera on.
Right.
Yes.
He could have said, "Yeah, I'm." But like,
Man, I'm telling you, man, when
Anything.
people don't,
Anything.
when
I'm
people don't
sitting
enroll
in the car, he could have. Dude,
I'm in the Uber. Anything.
Yeah. Literally and
But people
absolutely
treat
anything.
those court when it's FaceTime court. For some reason, they treat it like it ain't real court. I've seen women
Yeah.
snap at the judge like they can't hold them in contempt,
Yeah.
and it's like the judge is like, "Yo, at this point, you're tying my hands.
right.
Legally, I have to come get
Right.
send them boys after
We're
you."
sending
Yeah.
them out.
Like, come on, this is court. I don't care if you at home.
Yeah. It's,
Yeah.
It's stupid. It's
That's
all
hilarious.
It
Yeah.
bothers me so much.
But that judge's face took me out. It
stupid.
took
His
me out.
face took me out
It was
because it was
so
like
funny.
you could see him slowly processing how much he just
He's-
fucked up. He
And
was
you
like,
know you're
"Oh,
going to jail.
That's it.
You
That's
know
it.
you're going to jail.
That's it. His fate was sealed.
Just like that.
His fate was sealed.
Because if the judge don't give you at least the minimum, he'll be in trouble.
Absolutely.
It's recorded. It
Absolutely.
ain't no. The
Absolutely.
judge have to at least give you the minimum of 24.
He can't be like, I
48
try to look out
Yeah.
for you, brother. No, there is no that. There's like, hey, it's the law, and then it's the law.
hours. Care about your doctor's appointment.
Man, so I came across this story. Lenny Kravitz had shared that he's been on a 9-year celibacy.
Lies.
I can't.
Two families that don't know what that is: the Kravitzes and the Marleys. They
Mm-hmm.
have no clue what celibacy is.
He might have not been in vagina for a few years,
Right.
but I refuse to believe that he's been practicing full-on celibacy for that
He
long.
It's been a spiritual journey.
Lies.
Yeah.
Been a spiritual
Yeah.
journey.
He's been fucking chickens or something. Because ain't no way. No.
What's the could y'all do 9 years?
Why would I do that to myself? I see
Apparently
no
it's bad for
personal
your
gain.
health.
Okay, let's have some fun. If someone paid y'all $1 million right now and be like,
And
hey,
I
look,
gotta wait 9 years for
not
it.
9.
years.
I'm actually I'm loaning
Okay,
I'm just saying for a year, for
A
$1
year
million.
for $1 million?
For $1 million?
$4 million.
What's excluded?
Cash money.
What's the rules here? I need
Yeah.
rules. I need boundaries because I'm
So you're
always
saying
finding
I
loopholes.
can't-
No intimacy. No
Bust-
intimacy.
You can't
N- n-
masturbate.
I can't bust one off for a year, or like this, like
Because that's not intimate.
yeah, exactly.
No.
That's what I'm saying. I gotta know what the parameters are here.
Ling ling at the
how
footballer
are they- how are
can't
they
give
gonna
me
know?
my ending.
All right. First of all, I realize this table like to get a little nasty. So chill for a second. Chill. Wait a minute. I can't bust enough. Wait, I can't ling. Wait, so how am I now? Shut the fuck up and let me say first. Give me a second.
What's the stipulation?
Yeah,
Jeez, I just thought of it just now.
Yeah, you gotta be quick with that. Like we're trying to
God
understand.
damn. All right.
Will they know?
So no intimacy,
Okay.
no pleasuring yourself. $1 million, 1 year, cash money. Are you gonna do it?
Hey, you're not following me in the shower, so I'll do it. That's all I'm
Michelle,
saying.
there's no loopholes here. You can't create
Michelle
loopholes.
is just nasty. You is a
So you might as well say no coming, no bussing
Yeah.
no
for a year,
bussing.
How they
for
For
a
a year.
million.
That could happen accidentally.
How are we being
For
monitored?
women, yes. For men, no.
How are we being monitored?
Y'all keep looking for
Like,
loopholes. No
I'm not
loopholes.
looking for
Like,
loopholes.
you are.
like
I'm looking for the oversight.
What's that
I'm
show? Like
looking
Big
for the
Brother. Like
oversight.
Big Brother. You gonna have cameras all around your goddamn house. Ain't no hiding.
Like there's just like it's just no. It's just no.
You're locked in the house.
Regardless of
You can't
how,
leave.
it's just no.
And it's only $1 million?
Okay, so what? So how much would y'all do it
That
for
doesn't
1
even
year?
seem worth it for me. That doesn't even seem worth it for my sanity.
I don't know, $1 million
I would
cash
need-
money.
I need a few million at least.
5 is 5 a
Hear
better
me out.
number?
This
Is
is-
5 a
this
better
is
number for
why-
a year?
This is
$1 million is
stressful.
obtainable. $1 million is obtainable. I had my first 6-figure year last year, and that was almost seemed impossible.
Does the IRS know this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just
But you can get.
you my boy. I
Cam,
just want to make sure.
But you can become a
Y'all remember how
millionaire.
sad I was during tax time?
Look, Cam. They ask no. They ask
Can we
no.
take that statement back immediately?
We could have cut it out, is what I was saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, y'all don't remember tax time where I was looking at everybody all happy?
Hey, that's when you know you made it. When them taxes start getting high, be like, fuck, I had a great year. 'Cause that shit.
Maybe 40%.
Oh
I
my
was
god.
stressing.
But you could become a millionaire with multiple orgasms too.
You are nasty.
She's nasty. She's nasty. She's
I'm
nasty.
just saying on
You might-
OnlyFans, on porn.
Yeah, I choose her
That's
route.
multiple.
There got to be an easier way to get $1 million.
Yeah, just for $1 million wouldn't be.
it would be worth it.
Not even the money opportunity, just the sanity part of it. It's just like
I'm enjoyable because I nut. Like, y'all are cool with me because of my drug habit and sex habit. Those two crutches keep me functional. Y'all trying to take that away? I'm not gonna be enjoyable. I'm not gonna be funny. What am I joke about? What am I joke about?
there's a lot
Straight,
to joke
just
about.
hot
I'm
leather
sorry.
No, that's
all the
not.
time.
I joke about pussy and weed. That's my shit. You take away pussy, what I'm gonna do?
SyRok all of a sudden
Be
talking about
mad.
Trump on the stage. You're like, what the fuck is going on here?
No.
SyRok come here, look all skinny. Hey guys,
Stress
what's
it out.
Ooh, what y'all got here?
Yeah.
What
What's wrong
happened?
with SyRok? He's been pussy free for 2 weeks.
It would be a hard day because I ain't gonna lie. When it's when it's that time of the month for my wife, I'm like, God damn it, it's tough.
Why? What's wrong with her?
I mean, when it's the time of the month, when it's the
You know.
time. I mean, sir,
She ain't
that's
got a
no,
tampon
that's-
in her mouth. What the
That-
fuck?
Ah!
I'm confused. Why can't that happen? Is there a reason? Like, no, seriously.
First of all,
why isn't it? Why can't it?
first of all,
Oh, it can still happen.
that does happen, and that's
Oh,
very good.
good.
But I mean, it's like I
Was
you
that
know,
sexist? Women in the room, was that sex? Because I'm just confused on why it's an issue.
I mean, I don't understand why you can't have sex. Wow.
No, stop
I
at red
think it's
lights.
great.
Ah,
I stop at red lights. Yeah, I'm with Cam on that one. I disgusting.
understand. I respect. I respect the red.
Look.
I do.
No.
I
This
do.
is an important. Diva.
No,
Look,
no.
Diva Cup. No, they make. Listen to me for 1 second. You got to tell your ladies this. Everybody got to tell your ladies this.
This
They
is
have
more
a
for
disc.
us because
They have a period disc. It is essentially like a female condom.
it sounds like a dental
you
dam.
no, you put it in and it does not let the blood transfer. No blood transfers.
We tried that before.
It's amazing.
It don't work.
Well, then that might be for a different reason. Look.
All right, we're not gonna get into this conversation where this is headed.
Baby,
all right?
I'm moving lungs out the
You done
way.
pulled it out.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little. It's spotted. When you spot it, ain't that bad.
I don't do blood.
Yeah, I mean, I can't.
What's the difference besides the color?
No,
It's not even blood.
can't do
What the fuck you mean it's not?
Think
It's
of
even-
not blood.
Think of
It's
it as natural
other
lubricant.
stuff. Yeah.
You know, it's like lubricant.
Ain't that
Both of
bad.
y'all, no,
Just
not
take the
happening.
towel
Not
down,
happening.
Get in the shower.
I know, right? Y'all, man, just keep it tight. That's all you need. Yeah,
Look,
get in the
you
shower. I
rather-
heard that one, man.
I
No,
hate to-
no,
I hate
no.
to get a
Never leave
towel.
one.
I can't stay in the shit
Like,
either.
what the fuck
I
is a
can't say that
towel
either.
gonna do?
Why
Like,
not in the shower? You're washing off. Wow.
I don't want to have a crime scene down there.
First of all,
no.
shower sex is overrated. Let's just put it out there.
You gotta have
That
good
shit is
grips though.
stupid.
You gotta have the grips. You gotta have the grips
shit
on the
is
floor though. You know,
No.
if it's
The only people
slick.
who think it's stupid because you big. If you was a normal sized person, you would love shorts.
I am a normal
Especially if
fucking
you have
size person.
benches.
You
If you
short
got
fucking
benches.
bastard, you. Fucking leprechaun.
You could have showers with benches.
That's all you can do is just sprinkle the shower head on him like that's how I got.
His skin is touching it's touching the curtain. He turns off. Once you touch the sides of where you at, you just turn off.
It's not a fitting thing, you fucking asshole. It's me damn near falling and trying to find the right position and with the slippery ass fucking floor.
All right.
Listen,
That's why you
risking
shower
life
with
and limb in that
benches.
bitch.
So no on the $1 million. Okay, I thought.
Yeah, we passed on that million.
Yeah.
To summarize all of that,
Yeah.
we'll pass on
Yeah,
that.
I need like 25.
25 million
For 1 year.
No sex.
For 1 year.
For you 1 year, I need 25.
Definitely 25 million, no sex for a year.
I could make it happen.
Yeah.
For 25, I would.
I feel like that'd be like a good reality show right
full
there.
package
That would
would be the
be
best.
That would be a
thing
really
ever,
good reality
because
show.
I wouldn't even want to
locked
be
in.
home. I would be everywhere,
I'd be
like
locked in.
rolling up on contestants at random times. What you doing over there? Huh?
You would have to be in situations where you cannot.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
cannot
You can't
whip
be
it out.
with yourself alone.
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah. Don't leave me in my car alone for too long.
I don't know though. Around when it starts becoming December time
That should be
frame,
cold. Be a little
Everything slow
chilly.
down.
you start moving quickly in the wrong pair of pants. You move too fast. You might lose
What-
just off of
but
accident.
see,
Oh, you got
I would-
a sticker.
Okay, I would cheat the
almost
game.
got it.
I would cheat
Oh.
the game. I would like what are those
That is so funny.
those drugs that lower your libido? I would definitely take one of them shits.
This
No,
man
no,
gonna
no,
do
no,
some
talk about- There was
drugs.
a rumor that said they used to put that saltpeter stuff in our eggs at boot camp, and that's why we never
Really?
woke up with a hard penis at boot camp.
What?
Damn.
Yeah.
I would
If
definitely.
you ever wondered in boot camp why nobody is masturbating in boot camp, they say that they put something. This is a rumor. This ain't true or not. I don't know.
I mean, the other thing is because you're around all fucking guys.
That's what I
I'm
thought.
about to say it's a sausage fest. I don't
I
know.
thought it was because you're probably in the most unsexiest situation you've ever been in your life.
Like, I don't need drugs for that.
But there
The
were
fuck?
times where, say, like we're cleaning the bathroom or we're cleaning like the streets or painting some new letters on the street or something like that, and we're talking and we're like, "Yo, you ever notice? We ain't woke up with morning wood like since we got here." And it's true. And everybody starts thinking we getting drugged. Like,
Yeah.
Wow.
That is.
but when you really use your common sense, you're in a room with like 60 other dudes.
Yeah.
Sounds like prison.
It's
Sounds like
prison.
It sounds like
If
prison.
you are waking up with morning wood,
Yeah,
it might be a situation with you.
it's an indicator. To me, it's an indicator.
I'm not saying it's a problem.
Like, bro,
But it is what
I'm
it
just
is.
saying.
handle your stuff.
It
Handle
is.
that, man.
It
Handle your
is.
stuff.
What it is.
Could you imagine getting woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning standing on line? You only in your and your penis is sticking out in front of all these people.
Well, SyRok's not hiding that, fellas.
I'm upset at that point. Like, what the fuck is happening? Like,
Mm,
yeah, no.
mm-mm.
All right, look,
Wow.
moving on. I feel as that Alfonso might be helping out Monique's case with the whole beef with Tyler Perry.
Oh, you got more news. You
I
got
mean, it
more
was just-
stats.
I was just
more
gonna I was just
details.
gonna kind of finish up with what we talked about during the radio show. Yeah, obviously Alfonso said he doesn't want anything to do with Tyler Perry. He never went into details. He just acknowledged, hey, he doesn't want. So
I wonder if it's Tyler Perry or if it's like
Those type
in
of shit.
those
general,
type of
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah, he might
Like,
not like blaxploitation. He looked
Yeah.
like the type
Yeah.
that never seen Who Made the Potato Salad.
hence why everybody keeps calling him Carlton and keeps
Yeah.
trying to relate him. See, he's not helping out his case
Making
in my.
his case worse.
Exactly, he's not helping at all. I'm the
I
host
would
of
need
Dancing with the
more.
Stars
I would
and
need
America's
someone
Funniest
to-
Home Video.
I would
Like,
need somebody to ask him, like, what do you mean by that? Like,
Yeah,
cause
I wish the interviewer failed at that point because
Yeah.
they should have definitely asked him to follow
yeah,
that
tune in,
up.
and maybe he just didn't care about
That's-
black entertainment to that aspect. But I mean, I would work with Tyler Perry as much as
bro, I'll
I-
work with anybody that will. I'll pretty
Yeah,
much
I would work with Tyler Perry.
if it's a job or opportunity, I'm like, look, I want to expand my resume.
there's
So it's
not
just
too
like,
many personal opinions about the man that I have that wouldn't allow me to make money with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all signed with Bad Boy Records,
Oh.
Bad Boy Filming.
Mm.
Yeah, no. So
Did
not
he
anybody.
Did he step down?
That's what I'm about to say. Is he still in charge? If he ain't in charge, and it's still, I mean,
Before we saw the video,
that's what I'm saying.
when we saw the video, what we talking about?
You better
here?
hope that contract wasn't signed.
That would be my excuse though. Like, say the video did have it happened. What 2016, 17,
16.
2016,
Yeah.
and he signed us to a media thing in 2024, and then the video. My excuse would be, but I already signed.
Yeah.
That was what I tell the public. What you want me to do?
She was guaranteed too.
I was on the boat. I already spent the money.
Yeah.
I have to do the show,
I
y'all.
have to
I'm
do it
sorry.
Yeah.
Needless to say, production from that company would have ceased by now.
Oh wait, what's happening with Revolt?
It still exists.
He stepped down.
He stepped down.
After, like right after Cassidy.
Yep. Well, no, I think it might have even been before. No, yeah, you're right.
I think it was like right after
you're right.
the
allegation, because it wasn't even like settled. I think.
I thought it was. Well, the allegation came and the settlement was the next day.
Oh, okay. So then, yeah.
They settled the day after.
But you know what though? Even if he steps down, you still gotta hear about the story when Revolt was started. Who helped start it? It's still, even though he left, but Diddy's name will still be a part of Revolt.
Revolt has been making it their business to separate though, which is why they posted the video like immediately. And
the
then
only
which
way
was
for
smart
them
for them
is to air 50 Cent's documentary.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That is
Do you really want to separate from somebody?
That's the ultimate separation.
Buy a
right
streaming
there.
contract for 50 Cent's documentary. Did he do it? And then you tell me you stepped away from Diddy or not. But until then,
it's true.
They still got.
Did y'all ever see when Cameron was on the news and he?
Of course we did.
Why did they ask Cameron about Diddy? Like he knew that man like that. It would have made more sense.
That man started off saying, "I'm about to get some cheeks after this."
That shit was so. It was so Cameron. Though.
It was classic.
So
it was classic. It was classic.
They jumped him. I don't like that type of reporting.
Yeah.
For one.
Well, here's the thing. So what they're saying is what Jamel Hill, if y'all are familiar with her, they said they don't do interviews like that without briefing the person on what is being asked.
That's very
so
true.
they said Cameron did that. Like,
but he looked.
Nah.
When she asked him, he did look
that whole thing when he said, "Hey, who set up this interview?"
Yeah.
That was acting. That was him acting.
Absolutely. Y'all haven't seen Cameron enough. That was
but you know what though? But I thought
why not have Mace, the person who was actually working alongside.
It didn't make any sense. I mean, their agenda was to do is contact just anybody in hip hop to give us your few minutes. Now I'm on Cameron's side. The fact is, look, we have one of the most recognizable digital shows right now. Y'all have never reached out to us, so I'm gonna put my plug in because at the end of the day, even though y'all ratings suck, y'all still one of the most national known, platforms. I'm gonna state my stuff, but he made it funny to the point where he probably, gained a new audience that say, I'm gonna tune into his show just because of that.
Sales for that horsepower, the pink horsepower, whatever it's called, his sales did go up.
Yeah. Now I feel as though the person interviewing him, she had no clue what was happening because she's being told, okay, I got to interview this person, yada. So in a sense, I wish it was a little more respectable on her half. But I mean, she her face was just.
Thanks for being here. First, when you saw that video of Diddy, Cassie in that hotel, did you recognize that Sean Combs?
But I want to say, first of all, when I seen the video, everything in the video was egregious. I'm against.
The video.
I don't support all the charges that's alleged against him. I don't support any of that trafficking, minors, domestic violence. I'm totally against it. So when I seen the video, I was kind of upset with it. Being that I know him, he's not necessarily a friend, but I was upset when I seen it. But
did you recognize
everything
him?
I just said?
Did you recognize that kind of anger at all?
Yeah.
From your experiences?
I don't know like that. What do you mean? Do I be recognized? Did I recognize him? I seen him. What do you mean my experiences? I seen him and I thought it was disgusting. I didn't do a zoom in to see if it was really him or nothing, but he admitted it was him. So
she was trying to get him over.
Yeah, it was him.
What did you think about the apology that he gave in that other video?
Ain't me for this. The apology ain't for me to decide, it's for Cassie. What I think about it don't matter.
Mhm.
That
Ain't
question
do
is
nothing to me.
reasonable.
Yeah.
Cassie
It was
need to
reasonable.
ask Cassie if she accept the apology. I told you how I feel. I said what I said.
And then end it right
I want
there.
to play a conversation
move
that you
on from
had
that.
on your podcast back in September with Mace. Listen.
Yeah.
When you had your record deal, why did you take me to Biggie Smalls and not Bad Boy?
Man, it's almost gonna bring me to tears to say this. I just, being that I saw you as such a good friend, I wanted to put you with somebody I knew with.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. A lot of people ask me that on Instagram,
I knew
man.
with Biggie
Don't have me that's why I here crying and shit, man. I don't want to get emotional in here, man.
Instantly, I knew Biggie would do right by you.
That's wild. That's wild.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that? I mean, is there something known in the industry about how Diddy treated his artists?
So I'm going to get some cheeks after this horsepower joint. I'm just going off what Mace said. Mace took me to Biggie. I don't really know Puff is like Mace know Puff. So I appreciate what Mace said. And of course, that's my brother. So if he felt that way, then he felt that way. I can't really tell you how Puff moves or anything like that. Mace may know better than me because he was signed to Puff. I wasn't. But my show does come on at 8 a.m. Eastern on YouTube. It's called It Is What It Is. And y'all make sure y'all check it out. I mean, I might get some more information out of Mace from there. But for me to tell you how Puff act and all that, I don't know. I never was signed to him.
Yeah. What about the industry in general? I mean, so many people have pointed out that Diddy couldn't get away with this stuff if there weren't a lot of people protecting him. Do you think that's the case?
He was annoyed already.
Who's the talent agent for this joint? Like, you think I'll be sitting around watching what Diddy do and all this? I didn't know this was a Diddy joint that y'all invited me to. Yo, who booked me for this joint?
He's acting here. There's no way.
Oh, wow. And I don't be sitting around watching.
There's no way. There's no way they brought him on the show without telling them what they were going to ask.
But she was taking too many
But
L's.
you
Like, don't extend the
you
conversation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't want those 2 foul shots that she took.
Mm-hmm.
That should be acknowledged.
Yeah.
When he first announced the video, and then when he clearly said, "Hey, I don't be known, I don't recognize that. He wasn't my boy. That was Mace's boy. Maybe get him up here."
That should have been the
That should have been ba. And then if she wanted to keep talking about maybe domestic violence or something like that, she could have leaned into a different topic going, well, how do you feel personally? Have you been affected? Have you seen
What do you think? What is your thoughts on the effects of this is going to be in the hip hop community or something like that?
Something
Don't go away from that and be like,
I don't disagree, but him not knowing that this was a Diddy joint.
Oh, he knew this.
Come on.
I don't know. See, that's news to me. This is the first time somebody put me in that perspective of he definitely knew.
Of course.
I feel like
Cameron is a genius.
Why else are they asking Cam to be on CNN at that point?
Yeah.
Because his show been buzzing for almost a year now. If that was the reason, he would have been on. You know what I'm saying?
But how many Diddy segments have they had on What Is What It Is? I haven't seen.
They probably haven't had any, but they're asking him because he's a rapper from Harlem.
Yeah.
Well, and then to add to that, he has one of the most watched digital shows. Like, they either probably had him in mind, they probably had Joe Budden in mind, they probably had dudes from Drink Champs in mind. Like, they just probably
not having the nigga who was dancing next to him.
Yeah.
Not having him on the show instead of Cam.
Even Jadakiss or most likely Jadakiss. But
can that get heard on the microphone?
No, we good.
I know that shit was kind of. I'm like,
yeah, we good.
But no, like I remember, oh god, it was I forgot who had spoke on social media. Was it Shabazz? I forgot who it was. Shabazz, somebody, or I'm forgetting who, but he had basically said, you got to be careful with a lot of these platforms. They're using other people in hip hop as bait. Because let's be honest, it's a man that's already getting punched profusely, bleeding, jaw broken. He's already taken the L. So why continue to add on to?
But if you haven't noticed, there aren't many celebrities that are speaking up against them.
Yeah,
Gucci Man is. That makes me happy
because he'd never been to a Diddy party.
Yeah, he even said it. He
was never invited to a Diddy party.
Like Gucci Man got on record, on one record, and he was talking about how like he never been because he felt like something was wrong with the punch.
Well, I was. obviously.
And like, what would the celebrities even like say in a sense like, so I have been to one of those parties before, and it's already gonna be like,
no, but that's the thing. They would
don't want to admit it.
Exactly.
They should just be speaking up to say how egregious it is. But again, you notice there's certain. I ain't gonna call no names out because I'm not trying to be that type of show. But there are some pretty big names in the music industry that we know have been associated with Diddy amongst the days that have not said anything.
Let's bring it to our level, though. Let's bring it to our level.
Yeah.
Our level of celebrity, right? We know a lot of other people in entertainment. If it turned out that someone was sex trafficking, how well would we know? The person came to a recording of the TV show a couple times. Or they walked in here and guest starred on one of our radio shows.
But you're making it seem you're painting a picture of their industry just business type transactions.
That's what I'm trying to say.
But I'm saying those parties aren't that. So if we went to one of these, like if a local person here was having freak offs and we were attending them, that's where now you got to add that element to it. Because it's more than just business transaction, business showings, business relationships.
I've been to freak offs, and not everybody was allowed in my room. So,
but if I don't know, let's say Alvin was having freak offs.
Alvin having freak offs every Saturday.
Was having a freak offs.
Alvin had freak offs every Saturday, first of the month.
And I don't want to put this on Alvin's jacket, but Alvin, it was found out that there was some nasty, dirty shit happening in rooms.
He running
and
red
there was
lights.
some trafficking going on.
Alvin,
right?
you was a nasty bastard.
Yeah, Alvin has those tendencies. But if you were at those parties, now you're associated with that.
I'm speaking
whether you've seen it or not.
You're
associated with that because you were seen.
And he got charged for it.
Yes.
So Alvin in handcuffs.
Yeah.
Walking to the judge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm definitely speaking of because I don't want to get burned. Yeah. So I'll be quick to be like, man, I've been to them parties. I didn't see nothing there.
Yeah, but sometimes now you gotta be ready for the ones that's gonna counter that though. Because I'm like, you telling me you didn't know?
Here's the problem: a lot of them did know, and a lot of them did see it, and a lot of them were involved in it, and that's why they're quiet now.
Well, then they need to get burned.
Yeah, for sure. But that's why they're not speaking up now because they don't.
Because that is
especially after the FBI raid
and years.
That video was a result of the FBI raid. That got leaked purpose. How do you think CNN ended up with the shit?
Yeah.
Everybody, and not one house, both houses. Like they went from coast to coast, Miami and Los Angeles, invaded both of them. One of them houses looked like straight off of Scarface, by the way. I was just like, God.
Well, luckily, I came up on the West Coast as far as my celebrityism, and everybody was going to Jamie Foxx's parties, not Diddy's.
I heard those shits were legendary too.
Jamie Foxx's party was on the West Coast, and we were kicking it. But
that is crazy. That is crazy. Well, no, we will continue to hear more and more about this, y'all. But look, I hope y'all enjoy. Continue to support in your city. We're still on WNSB for the time being, so tune in every Sundays at noon on WNSB Hot 91.1 FM. You can listen to it online, WNSB.org. You can download the app, all that good stuff, but also support us on all social media platforms in your city. Follow us. We truly appreciate it. See you next time. We out.
All right.